Hello everybody, today's look is just going to be something very simple and really easy to do. This is really for an everyday look if you want to go to work, if you need to go to school. This is just a pretty and soft natural look. And if you're interested in seeing how it's done, please keep watching. I am going to start off with my foundation. I am using the CoverGirl Whipped Cream Foundation in shade 325. I am going to apply a generous amount and apply it evenly throughout my face. I am using the Real Technique foundation brush to just evenly spread it out through my face. I know it looks a little bit light, but do not worry. As soon as I finish applying the blush and the bronzer, everything will come out looking perfect. My next step is using the concealer by NARS in shade Custard, and I'm just going to apply it underneath my eyes, on my Cupid's bow, on the bridge of my nose, and my chin. And then just go ahead and blend that out. And the brush that I am using is from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's just a small stippling brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out nicely and evenly. The next product that I am using is also from e.l.f. This is their shimmer palette, and this is a cream highlighter. I am going to be using that golden shimmer color, and I'm just going to apply it everywhere where I would like to highlight on my face, like the high points of my cheeks, the bridge of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. And I'm just going to blend that out with my finger, just because it's a cream color and it's easier to handle with my fingers. Now I'm going in with the Bobbi Brown bronzer in color Golden Light. I used this product on my last video, and I'm just going to apply it on the same areas, on the hollows of my cheeks, on the side of my nose, on the side of my forehead, and underneath my lip. I'm not applying a large amount of product because I want this look to be very natural. So we're just adding a little bit of product just so we can have a little bit of dimension in our face. And make sure to blend it out very nicely. That way you don't have any harsh lines and it looks very, very natural. For the larger areas of my face, I like to use the e.l.f. small tapered brush, I think that's how you pronounce it, just because there's a small tip in the front of the brush and I can really get in there and blend everything out very nicely. And for the smaller areas like my nose, I am using a Real Techniques brush, and this is a shading brush, and I just use that to get on the sides of my nose and define that area very nicely with my bronzing powder. And I don't apply too much product, so it blends out very nicely. For blush, I am using a Lancome Dual Brush in number 25 to apply my brush, and I'm using the big fluffy side. And for blush color, I am using a MAC blush in color Sunbask, and I'm just going to apply that on the apples of my cheeks and spread it to the back, straight back, and blend that out very nicely with a small amount of blush. We don't want to go too overboard with the blush either, because we want this look to be, again, a very soft and natural look. And just make sure you blend out your blush product and your bronzer kind of together. That way you don't have any harsh lines in between them. That way this look looks even more natural. For a setting powder, I am using a Makeup Forever matte translucent powder. I don't have the shade in this color, but I mean any powder or any loose powder will work. And I'm just going to apply this everywhere where I applied concealer or there is no powder products on my face. You are going to be applying it on top of the highlighter, on the cream highlighter, but that's fine because it will still be able to show through the powder. So do not worry about that. And then just go ahead and blend that out very nicely and very soft. That way you don't move your foundation or your concealer too much. For eyebrows, I am using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in color Brunette, and I'm just going to apply a small amount and do a very soft, natural eyebrow just because I don't want my eyebrows to look perfect and very well defined. So I'm just filling in any gaps and blending it and brushing it out just so it can look very nicely and evenly. For my eyelids, I am not going to be using a primer. I'm just going to use that same NARS concealer that I used on my under eyes, and I'm just going to blend it out. That way it acts as a primer and it also evens out my skin tone so it could be ready for the eyeshadow that I will be applying. I will be going in with the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette, and I'm going to be using Toxic, Dope, Habit, and Ambush for this look. Just those 4 colors, and it's going to be very quick and easy. First, I'm going in with Toxic and applying it on the crease of my eyes and then just blending it nicely out, but make sure that there is no harsh lines on. Then I will be going in with Dope and applying it on my eyelids. This is a frosty soft pink color, so it'll just open up my eyes a little bit. And just make sure you blend it out with the Toxic color. Then with this flat shader brush, I'm going to be using the color Habits and applying it all over my brow bone and blending it in with Toxic. Then I will be going back in with Dope and applying it on the high point of my brow bone and then just blending it out. That way there's a little bit of highlight on my brow bone and it's not so matte. For this step, you can really opt out. I'm just using that Ambush color and applying it on my crease. I'm using a very little amount just because I wanted to add a little bit more depth on my eyes because I felt it was a little bit drained out. You really can go without it or you can go with it. It's really all up to you. I wanted just to add a little bit more depth in it, so I went for it. If you are going to decide to go in with Ambush, just make sure you do blend that color out very nicely because you don't want any harsh lines between Toxic and Ambush, and you do want it to just blend out very nicely and look as if it were smoky. So just blend that out, that way it looks very natural. For my eyeliner, I am using a brown liner because this is a natural look, and if I wore black, I felt it was just going to be a little bit too dramatic. So I went with the Aqua liner from Makeup Forever in color 12. I'm just applying a small thin line just so my eyes can open up a little bit more before I apply the mascara. If you're not very good with liquid liners, I do suggest not to use or buy this eyeliner because if you are not quick with it and you apply coat on top of coat, it will become flaky and it will look kind of not so nice. So just opt up for this one or use another form of eyeliner. For my mascara, I am using the Hypnose Star from Lancome, and I'm just applying a generous amount of mascara on my top lashes and a small amount of mascara on my bottom lashes, just so my bottom lashes don't get lost in the makeup. For lips, I am using the Lancome Color Design line in color Love It, and I'm just using this straight on my lips. I'm not using a lip liner because I just want this look to be very natural and just add a little bit of pink into my lips before I finish it off. To finish off my look, I am just going in with the Urban Decay All Nighter spray and setting my makeup. And this, guys, is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, bye!